Oh, poopage.
Okay. So you're talking consistency. All right. So if your poop floats, that means that your gallbladder or your liver is not breaking down the fats well enough.
Because fat floats.
Fat floats. So that means you have excess amount of fat in your stools, and that's what's making it fluffy and float. So the ideal
you don't want
poop,
floaty, fluffy poop.
No, not floaty, fluffy.
Floaty, fluffy, fat poop.
Fatty poops.
No, don't want that.
No. And that's what they call them. They call them fatty stools. If you're looking for it online, they call it fatty stools. But really the ideal is about probably the size of a cucumber, but not as long. So maybe 4 to 5 inches, nice cucumber thickness. Some people have pencil thin poop. Pencil thin poop means your bowel is that big. That means you either have plaque built up in the sides of it, so your pipes need cleaned out, and that would be like a colonics thing. Or, maybe you have inflammation, maybe you have diverticulitis or colitis, something that's inflaming the bowel to the point where the inside's just really, really small, so you're only getting pencil thin poop out. That's not right. That's definitely not right.
So what would you do if that was the problem?
Well, I'd probably go get a colonic first, which I hate. I mean, I'm sorry. The people that do hydrocolon therapy are amazing, and I just personally don't like it because it's just not comfortable to me, but it is helpful.
And if you need
and
it,
I will do
it.
it. If I've got to do it, I will do it. And that just cleans out that debris. You can do herbal colon cleanses. They have those. Even like at Walmart, they have like an Equate version of an herbal colon cleanse, which is not a bad cleanse. But if you're going to do a liver cleanse, you're not going to notice anything stool-wise, but if you do a colon cleanse, you better be able to get to the bathroom. So don't do a colon cleanse if you're going to be,
on a plane
for the next 48 hours or anything. So you got to be able to get to a bathroom because it will clean you out. But I do love colonics. Let me just quantify what I said before. I just personally,
You love what they do.
It's the last option in my book, but I will go do it if I have to. But some people love colonics. It's very helpful. It's very good for you. Super, super, super good for natural health.
Because it's so important to keep your colon clean. And, a lot of people rush through eating. Mm-hmm. And digestion begins in your mouth. Mm-hmm. Digestion begins in your mouth, and you have to chew your food.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to go talk to him.
Okay. So what we're talking about is the colors and the consistency. And the consistency has a lot to do with the different illnesses and diseases that are going on in you. So when you check it out, and when I talk to people, they're so funny because they say, "Oh, I don't want to look at it." And I say, "No, you have to look at it." And when you look at it, it's going to give you the opportunity to see what your digestion is doing at that time. So if you get a message from your bowels that you need to change up what you're eating or what you're doing physically and for your body, then you need to pay attention and you need to take care of that. And the odors that people have. We talked about sweet wheat earlier, helping you with different bodily odors and things like that. Well, when people have different odors about them, that can be a sign of dysfunction or of disease processes or things like that. Heavy metals, for example, when people have a lot of heavy metal intake, then they definitely can have certain smells about them. Sometimes it's metallic smells. Sometimes it's just a heavy, musky smell. Different illnesses have smells associated with them as well. So you could definitely look that up online and you can find out and Google what different body odors mean. Some people have a sweet smell or a citrusy smell to them, and that means different things. So all of those things have a meaning. And if you're just not paying attention, then you're missing out on things. You're missing out on information that your body is trying to get across to you so that you can then have a cause and effect relationship. So if I know that there is a problem, then maybe I can figure it out and I can decide what I need to do to correct that problem. Or if it's not something I can correct, maybe it will tell me then that I do need to seek out help from a health practitioner, whether it be a naturopath, a chiropractor, a holistic healer, energy work, medical doctor. They're all out there that are ready, willing, and able to help a person as long as they can define their symptoms for them. If you walk into a doctor's office and you can't tell them what's going on with you, how are they supposed to be able to help you? But when you can tell them these different symptoms, it will give you the information that you need so that they can hopefully figure things out, helps the doctor to form an opinion, figure out what the problem is, and then they can appropriately help you, either diagnose or just get you set on the right path or what have you. But when people don't know, they don't know. And you know what's funny, Deb, is when I first started talking about bowels, I think I said this on one other show. When I first started talking about bowels to people, I would ask them, are your bowels normal? And they say, oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And I'm like, no, wait a minute. What's normal? And some of them would say, oh, yeah, I poop once a week like clockwork. Holy crap. No pun intended. Once a week is not normal, people. Once a week is not normal. You should be eliminating 2 to 3 times a day, every day. And maybe you're different. Maybe your family's different. Okay, so if you're different, maybe once a day. Okay? That's the extent of it. Please don't consider once a week normal. And everybody who's ever come to me for that, it changes. Every person who's ever walked in and told me they go once a week, by the time I'm done adjusting them, they're going at least every other day or every day. And it's fantastic for them.
Gosh, I bet they feel so much better.
Oh my gosh. I think one time I went 3 days and I thought I was going to die.
My God.
I thought I was going to die.
Sometimes when I travel, because I don't like to poop in public restrooms,
Mm-hmm.
Is it because I don't want other people to know my shit stinks? Why?
Maybe.
People know. Why is it?
It's better than thinking your shit don't stink. I'm just saying.
But I use poo-poo Be Gone, and my shit does not stink anymore.
Right. That's cool stuff. For anybody who doesn't know, that's something you spray before you go, and it works.
And we have it here.
It's cool.
We sell it here, just because Diva's shit doesn't stink. So anyway, that is a horrible feeling. I can't imagine feeling like that all the time.
Oh. My goodness. 3 days, and I felt like I was going to explode. My lower back was killing me.
Yes.
My stomach was killing me. I felt nauseous. I felt like I didn't want to put any more food in.
Your eyes get browner.
Oh, my gosh. Is that what happened?
So what are some ways if you do not go as often as recommended?
Well, I definitely would recommend an adjustment because it could be a nerve impingement. It could be your back's out of place. It could be the ileocecal valve, which is the small valve between the small intestine and the large intestine is not functioning correctly. Most of the time what that is it's stuck open. It's not stuck closed. If it's stuck closed, you're in trouble. Because that's impacted bowel. But if it's stuck open, what that means, as anybody who knows what a valve is supposed to allow things to go one direction. So it's supposed to open at the small into the small intestine, let the bulk pass through, and then close behind it so that it moves forward. So everything's moving in one direction. If your ileocecal valve is staying stuck open, then that bowel movement can stay in there and actually back up.
Oh.
And then just sort of stay in there. And then you'll get juicy stuff out. You'll get the smooth stuff out, but you won't get that bulk out. And you end up having problems, usually right hip pain or right pain sciatica into the leg. Causing problems because it's not functioning correctly. So I can adjust that. I can get that working. Nerve impingement involvement. Low magnesium can be an issue because when your muscles are too tight in your abdomen, it won't allow the fluctuation.
That's why so many of those remedies, over-the-counter remedies for constipation,
like milk of magnesia
right,
and stuff.
Right.
That is pure magnesium, and that's what it's for. It relaxes your muscles, so it allows the bowel to move freely, and it allows those muscles to react appropriately to keep moving it forward. And that's the important part. Because if it stays in there and it hangs out too long, you just start reabsorbing your own waste.
What? Ugh.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
And that's what happens. You make yourself sick because then your liver's trying to deal with the extra toxins, the kidney's trying to deal with the extra toxins, and your whole system gets overwhelmed.
It can't keep up.
It can't keep up.
And that's why you feel like shit.
I knew this was going to be a good topic, Deb. I knew.
So, and there's so many ways. If that is your tendency, look at your diet, right? After you get adjusted, it's up to you to keep yourself regular.
Because, and when I adjust for the ileocecal valve, luckily, that's usually a long term. I mean, it stays with you pretty well. When I do the organ systems like that, those usually pretty much stay in check. Now, I've got a rule of 3. If an organ system pops up at me 3 times in a row, I'm sending you to the medical doctor.
Oh, that's excellent. Right.
Yeah. Because it shouldn't.
Right.
It shouldn't keep popping up. If it's still referring pain and it's still out of function, then there may be a disease process. So and I've caught things. I had one fella in particular, his kidney kept popping up at me, and I was like, man, this is the 4th time for your kidney. Now you need to go to the medical doctor. Unfortunately, he had cancer of the kidney.
Oh, doggone it.
And he lost that kidney. But kidney cancer is sort of one of the good ones because it stays encapsulated until it metastasizes. So they were able to take the one kidney out, and he's fine. He's fine, which is great. But he wouldn't have known.
Right.
Because he just thought it was his back.
Right.
Oh, my back hurts. Oh, my back hurts.
So again, it was that referral pain that he had.
Exactly. And by me letting him know that was not right and that he needed to seek out medical attention, that saved his life. I mean, it did. It really did. Otherwise, he would not. And he's a stubborn fella. He's not one that's just going to go over to the medical doctor out of the blue. So, I mean, I really had to sort of push him and prod him and say, look, if you don't go over there, I'm canceling the rest of my day and I'm driving you over there. And I will. If that's what it takes,
and
I will.
I believe you. Yes.
I would. And I have. I have taken patients to the emergency room before because they've refused. I'm like, you know what? You're not leaving. You're not leaving until we go. So you can get in my car. We can call the ambulance or we can get in yours, but we're going. And I make them go because it's that important. It's that important.
Yeah, when it comes to that point and something's wrong that you can't do, time to go to the medical doctor. That's absolutely right. Yeah. So we learned a lot of stuff.
We always do.
Right. So let's kind of wrap it up a little bit.
Okay.
Referral pain.
Organ referral pain. It might be that. It might not just be your back that's out. It may be your pancreas. It may be your bowels. It may be your kidney. You need somebody. If your adjustments aren't holding, then you need somebody else to check you out as well. Okay. Doesn't mean you don't need to go to the chiropractor anymore. It just means that something else has to be taken care of as well.
Very good. And one of the things that you said that really resonated well with me was how you check all different spots for that pain. Like you check reflexology, you check Chinese meridial.
Mm-hmm. All the meridians, you check, hormonal balance, you check nutritional balance, you check, muscle, bone, and nerve.
And you do food allergies too, kind of.
Everything.
So, you're not going to mask a symptom. You're going to get right to the heart of it, which is how it should be.
Yeah. The root cause is what I'm after.
Right.
I'm not just there to pop you for the moment, give you a Band-Aid fix and send you on the way. I want to know what's wrong.
And wherever you are, that's the kind of chiropractor you should be looking. Holistic. That's the kind of chiropractor you want. So the other thing that we talked about was crap.
Crap, we talked so much crap today.
Poop to look like chocolate.
Chocolate rolls. Chocolate cucumbers. But small.